The only thing we have to fear, said FDR, is fear itself. But nowadays, that's plenty. Post 9/11 fears have built empires and crippled economies, and shifted world focus to a new cast of characters. Fear drives almost every facet of daily life. It sells newspapers and draws audiences by the millions. Every year, our society pays billions of dollars for the privilege of frightening ourselves. In a moment, meet two of the minds behind Rue Morgue, a brand that's all about knowing where your goosebump button is. Meet author and Dr. Grant Mullen, who explains why treating fear is no less important than treating physical ailments. Teen Ranch founder Mel Stevens tells how he overcame a waking nightmare after his dream literally collapsed. Meet our studio guests, both invited and otherwise. And our own Sheldon Neal faces his fear as he takes on his arch nemesis, gravity. This is Context, a look at life beyond the headlines.
You're about to meet a man who makes a living understanding what frightens us, and we'll tap into him for some trade secrets. But first, on the front line of fear, we sent our own Sheldon Neal to reveal what exactly pushes his panic button.
Oh, hello. You're probably wondering what I'm doing right now. You see, I'm preparing, or at least trying to prepare, to perform the perfect flying trapeze act known in circus history. Why? Because today, it's all about conquering your fears. That's right, jumping over those hurdles, conquering those things in life that seem to hold you back. You see, as a child, I used to always be mesmerized, but at the same time scared, watching talented gymnasts perform the flying trapeze act in the circus. It was always amazing to watch. You would see one leave one platform and fly through the air to the next as another caught them in midair. It was always something amazing to see, something I would love to experience as well, but looked too terrifying of an experience to try and even do. But today, that all changes. Today, we conquer fear. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, my name is Laura. Welcome to the Toronto School of Circus Arts.
All right, Laura, I'm here. So what are we going to be doing today?
Today we're going to be doing the flying trapeze.
Are you guys seeing that?
All right, Sheldon, we're going to get you belted up.
All right, so this small thing is going to keep you safe.
This is your safety harness. You're going to be holding onto the A-frame with your left hand. Your toes are going to step out over the edge of the board. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to pretend that this part of the floor is the edge of the board. Okay. So place your toes over the edge. Beautiful. Left hand is up on the upright. Okay. We're going to reach out with this hand, and I'm going to hold on to the back of your belt so that you can lean forward. Beautiful, to get the bar.
So graceful.
You're going to hold on first with your right hand, and then I'm going to say put your other hand on the bar.
Okay.
So put your other hand on the bar. Fantastic. I'm going to say 2 words for you. Ready and hep. On hep, I want you to take both feet off the board in front of you. All right, Sheldon, knee hang, ready, hep. Beautiful. All right.
If we hold this, it's like Titanic, you know, it's like Titanic.
Okay, Sheldon, Bobby's going to clip you in now, and then you'll come meet me up at the top of the board.
That's simple, hey? So this small thing is going to keep it all together. Huh. Lorna, if you're watching, you know.
All right, come on up, Sheldon.
Just one small step for man, one giant leap for context with Lorna Dueck. All right, woo! This seemed a little bit easier when I watched it on YouTube. Oh my goodness. Woo! All right.
All right, Sheldon, second hand on the bar.
Oh.
Stand up tall. Good job, second hand.
Oh man, okay.
All right, this is Sheldon, knee hang. Ready, ha!
Woo! Woo! Let go.
No.
Okay. Okay. Just that easy. Those watching at home, just that easy. Not really though. I came in here and was fearful of doing the flying trapeze. Now, yours truly is going to do a knee hang and a backflip. Just like that.
Ready, ha!
Oh. Woo! All right, so we did it. Flying trapeze. I gotta ask you the question, how did I do? And be honest, how did I do?
You did well.
Well, before you said you weren't too sure. Now, I mean, for those who are watching, how did I really, really do?
You got the first basic skills down great. It would take a little bit more work before you're going to become a professional.
Also, not quite circus ready, but context with Lorna Duick ready, I'm presuming.
Yes.
Sounds good. I'll take that for now. Yes.
Let's go.
Sheldon, we owe you. Thank you very much, Sheldon Neal. Well, our next guests are leaders in a different kind of fear culture, horror culture and entertainment. They find ways to bring fright and all things scary to magazine, broadcast, and film. Please welcome Rue Morgue's Dave Alexander and Marco Pecota. Thank you guys for being with us.
Thank you.
Okay, you are getting more consumer engagement than I'm getting with the Christian stuff. Your fear thing has more traction. Marco, why is there so much engagement on this scary, frightening stuff you make? Like
it's not just what we make either. We're just covering what other people make. So we're basically making stuff or covering stuff that we see pervasive through video games and movies and all sorts of stuff in our culture. And I think people are just looking for an escape. I think people like the rush, kind of a safe rush. Like you can get scared without really getting hurt. And I think in life, people like to have that sort of rush, whether it's driving your car fast or watching a scary movie.
Dave, this is the world's leading publication you guys run for the horror and culture thing. And like you say, you're just reporting on this great, huge hunger that's out there. Dave, is it a service? What do you call that? Is it a valuable service?
It is, absolutely. I guess the best way to look at it is that it's kind of evolutionary. Those of us that are here today are here because our ancestors were more bloodthirsty, more violent, and smarter in terms of knowing what to fear. And they didn't walk into the cave if they heard the bear growling. So we still have those instincts within us. And so what we need to do is have a safe release for that sort of stuff. So that's why, football is popular, amusement parks are very popular. Blood sports, ultimate fighting has never been more popular. And of course, horror, which is the engagement of the fantasy way of being scared or feeling tension.
And
so
you actually argue that those of you who can handle this, like this would never get into my house. Sorry, it just wouldn't. But you think...
Until now.
Yes. You think that people who can handle this kind of manufactured fear are more healthier than those of us who say never.
Well, I don't think it's completely black and white. I think there are pre-existing conditions within people where, watching certain types of violence or horror can be a trigger. But then again, if you look at the case of, say, Charles Manson, he was really into the Beach Boys and the Beatles. So it's not necessarily,
You don't correlate the fact that you enjoy fearful things with, being destructive.
Right. Yeah, and you actually distinguish between art horror and real life horror.
Yes.
Charles
And
Manson example.
Yeah, we don't cover the real life type of horrors. It's all fictitious, all the fictitious aspects of horror.
Yeah. Okay, fictitious aspects. Our producers needed to take me to the edge of my fear factor. So look what's hiding in the audience. Lurking there with Ryan Luigi and Carlos Enricos of The Butcher Shop. How's the market doing for little alien people like that? Ryan?
It's doing great now. Halloween's coming around, so it's the best time of the year.
And you make these things from scratch. You actually have been having pressure from the entertainment industry. Make them scarier, make them gorier. What's going on, Carlos?
I would say, yeah, like Ryan said, Halloween is our big time of the year, and horror movies have never been more popular. So we have to keep pushing the envelope. Stuff that happened, like with movies and stuff like that in the 60s, we're definitely pushing the boundaries because people are asking for the boundaries to be pushed. So we're showing everything.
Wow.
There's no limits. There's no limits anymore.
Wow, what is that about, guys who report on this? Marco, there's no limits anymore to how far people want the boundary pushed?
Well, it appears that there's a segment that enjoys all different aspects of horror, first of all. There's the horror that you see, a Hitchcockian horror, and then there's the horror that's the gore horror. So certain people definitely want to see that pushed very far. But that's not necessarily the only audience for horror.
Yeah, and those things come a lot worse varieties, don't they? I know. That's okay. I'm glad you only brought Mr. Mild along. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you
Great
for having
to have
us.
you in the audience there. And now we want to know what you think. Do you enjoy a good fright? Join the conversation. Send your answers by phone, email, Facebook, and Twitter. And our studio audience is taking a live vote. We'll have those results in a moment. Okay, we're going to return with the most common subject Dr. Grant Mullen is asked about: fear, a doctor's guide to getting through it, next.